Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. NRGC back again with another video. Match reaction time. Second leg of the Carabao Cup. Manchester City 3, Newcastle 1, 5-1 aggregate. And we dominated the game. Got the job done. Second half ain't been that great, but we got the job done. And well, look what we have here. We're going to Wembley, a cup final. We're finally in the Carabao Cup or League Cup. It's really League Cup, but they always name it after the sponsor. We're finally in the Carabao League Cup final for the first time since 2021. It's been way too long since we've been in the Carabao Cup finals. We've been in those FA Cups, and that cup's actually a lot harder. And you see, it has not worked out so well for them. We only won one of the last three finals. So thankfully, we're in another cup final. We're going against the mighty Arsenal to clash the best teams in the league, top two. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But this game, nice brace for Marmoush. I honestly, but what I was thinking when I was watching that was that Marmoush does better as a striker than a left winger. When Pep plays him as a winger on the side, he has not done that great. When he's the main striker, he scores, he does amazing. That's why Pep should be thinking, okay, like what he used to do with Kuhn, Wedo, and all that, those days, he should be like, because sometimes he would start Gabriel Jesus in that position, sometimes it was Sterling. It wasn't always him playing. Sometimes Haaland's, not doing his best like now, because he has not been at his best, because in the second half he was missing a lot. He could have at least scored one of those easily, but he didn't. Um, And he's been, but you can say, oh, he should be scoring that. No, even that, he should at least, done. It's been a lot of games since he scored a lot, or at least scored another goal in the Premier League and all these. He only scored in the Champions League, and that was the first goal in a while. Because he only had a penalty, and he's not been doing that great so far at the start of this year. But he should be thinking of starting Marmoush some games over him, because Marmoush comes in, he scores. And he hasn't been in the team that long. There's new players, this and that. He hasn't even gotten a lot of minutes this season. Went in, scored. Scored again. Scored a brace. I was like, wow. Wow. And then that third goal by Johnny Reijnders. Like, Johnny Reijnders is amazing. That's why that Pep messed up at the other game at Old Trafford. He should have started Johnny Reijnders or put him on the beginning of the second half, because he probably would have made the difference. Because that guy does not stop trying until he scores. And I like that. He has that fighting mentality. He has that badass mentality that he keeps trying until he scores. He's at Spurs, he put him on late, and he almost had a header already. That guy is definitely worth it. That was a great signing right there. That he's been kind of overlooked, kind of ignored from the rest of the team, but no, he's a good midfielder, definitely. That's why I know Pep got his favorite with Bernardo Silva, but sometimes he should get the start over Bernardo Silva. And so Silva should be really coming off the bench, because there's some better options that should be happening, and maybe the team would, be doing better the way the position they're in now. But can't complain. Our first final, we'll be playing it the March 22nd of 2026 next month. It's Sunday, on a Sunday at Wembley against the big Arsenal. Hopefully we can get back Ruben Diaz, and too bad they can't play Guehi. I have read that they were trying to convince them to get him into the game, but we'll see about that. But I doubt that's gonna happen. But it's good that at least they're trying. But hopefully, we'll have back, some of those guys that have been out a while, like John Stones and Ruben Diaz and all that. Because if he can't play, it's too bad Guardiola's still not going to be back for a long time. So hopefully, John Stones has been there a long time, could come in, or Ruben Diaz alongside Ake or somebody if they can't get Guehi convinced to get him in. But definitely the first half dominated, completely dominated, won the game in the first half. I already knew, oh, they got the second half. They kind of fell asleep a little bit. But they let Newcastle score one, and that wasn't that good. That shows weak defense. It was worrying me like, they may not have a good chance in the final. They start doing that. But definitely, Trafford looked amazing in that goal. Some of the saves may have been more accurate than John Rumor at times when he wins a goal. So that's why sometimes that Pep, and is good in these cup games. He's giving him a chance to start. That's why I don't know why he didn't start him against that other game in Norway or something. Because everybody had lost again. I don't know why he didn't start them there, but yes, that's what he did. But definitely dominate second half. Ain't Norway looked really good. Like he ran fast. He almost scored a goal. That's why some. That's why sometimes he should be getting a start too. Because sometimes O'Reilly, and the Lewis lineup with O'Reilly putting in the midfield, man, this doesn't look that good. So hopefully he doesn't do that in the league again. I know he had to do with his injuries, but hopefully, now since there's more players on the team, he does not do that. Because we got one of the hardest fixtures away again at Anfield. Do not feel good about that one because they only had one win, and that was in 2021, and that was the first time in 18 years at the time. So it's pretty bad, our record there. Because we had some of the best teams go there, still lost, or had a tie. So it's a big problem, but this game did a great job. They scored. They they did better defense in the first second half. Was looking a little shaky because then he wanted to give Ake some rest. Because then we brought on that Max, which that Max is a piece of crap to be honest. I do not. I hopefully never see him in the league again. I'd rather even see once that John Stones comes back, start him over him. If he ever comes back, I'd rather see him come in more than that Max. That Max, yuck. No, he's trash. Kuzanov looked great again. A lot of people, I read this right after the game, a lot of people say about that shaky start he had, but no, Kuzanov did a great job. That's why I think he, get like a better, defense line going. If they can't get the other guy, maybe Kuzanov alongside Diaz or Ake and Diaz, something in the final would be great if they could keep him fit. Or convince to get Gueye in, which I doubt that can happen, but hopefully, they can work something out. But see, this game it shows how they should be competing against a team like that. You see, they went in first half, won it. They were able to play relax in this. They were relaxed in the second half. They shouldn't have done that defense though. No matter what, they should be doing top defense, even though winning by that much. So that part they have to, because this team, just so far, some of these, quite a few of these games this season has only been like a first half team. The second half they come back and it's boring, or they kind of fall asleep. They don't really care about the second half, which they can't be doing that since they're supposed to be playing the whole game. Because doing that against a top team, they'll screw up definitely. And this is Pep's gone so many times to Wembley. He should really know what he's doing. A lot of these players are new though. Now, one thing Arsenal will be motivated that they haven't won in 5 years. But City's team is quite new. A lot of these players have never won with this team. They never won in this country before with any team. So it would be interesting. Yeah, but Grapevine won't be able to play, but if he did, he already did. But a lot of these other players haven't. Now, some of the ones that have been here a while have quite a bit, but these new ones that come in, not at all. Now, the Wembley record is a little concerning. It's the last loss in, the FA Cup final, and then well, before that, we had a win in the Community Shield against United on penalties, which that was a pretty good comeback that City did. But besides from that, it hasn't been that good as they lost the other cup final against United that time, won the semifinal there, won the other semifinal later, you know, months ago in May. They weren't that good. The team was kind of mediocre at the time, but they still won it. But hopefully, we'll be able to make a way, be able to win it. This team definitely was so close. We're only one game away, one win away from silverware for the first time since May of 2024. Because I don't know if you can count the community shields, and that's not such that's something major, really. That's not really major. This trophy would be, a trophy again, and it could give confidence to the team to go on and do better towards the rest of the season, which they need. Because if they're not looking too well in the league, they dropped a lot of points, which is not good. That's why it would be a not good opportunity. If they won this cup, it would make Pep look good. They look, hey, he took something home. Like in 2020, they didn't win the league, but they won this. They go, hey, we did win something. The team's done something. So they weren't able, well, of course they would want to, and I really hope they would be able to, compete in the league again. But hopefully, be able to do it because they're only one game away from a trophy. And this could be a big opportunity for the team, and can give confidence to other players. Hey, we could win stuff. This is not all we could win. We could win the league. We can win the Champions League. We could win the FA Cup final, and not lose the finals. So it could do big things, and it could give motivation for next season. If they weren't able to get the league this season, it could be like next season. You know what? We're gonna get. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully, see you next time. It's the next game. Definitely a big worry. Big worry, but we'll see.